What's it like to be a woman in prison? Hi, I'm Lana Anderson, and for tonight's evening magazine, I'm at Maryland State Prison for Women at Jessup. It's a very attractive place as jails go, but nevertheless still a holding area for society's hard luck cases. I'm not going to tell you that the women who are incarcerated here come out better people for the experience, because statistics just don't prove that. But tonight we will meet a woman who did come out a better person, and we'll hear in her own words what the prison experience was like for her. Right after Dave tells us what's on the rest of this evening's program.
No doubt, Jersey, a lot of heads gonna get rested, a lot of hearts gonna get tested, a lot of skills gonna get questioned. Here we go. So you wanna be popular? Listen carefully, examine me, you find that I am more than a conqueror. Strictly hip-hop with a attitude that tells whoever I got to, you break through, I'll get the pop of y'all. Heather be watching y'all. Your smile won't fool me, words won't move me, your actions will account for you. Basically, I'm telling you, cross me, I'm swelling you. The chiropractor gon' be the only thing feeling y'all. I'm bossy, not flossy. I do what I do. Do you? Why you care what it costs me? My past won't haunt me. See, I don't care, I put it all out there, so y'all can't extort me. Y'all bug me out, trying to thug me out. Put your little team together, try to rub me out. But I'ma put it to your plane. Game recognized game. I told the last nigga bounce, and I suggest you do the same. Come on, come on. Yeah. Come on, come on. Feel what? Don't compare me with nobody. We ain't one and the same. They think about it, but I spits that thing. I'm a one-woman army. I got to be careful who I collab with. I got a rep to maintain. Back to pardon me. You looking for fame and roles to play, but I truly reigns. I'm the queen of hearts, and there's only one higher. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. You asking me if I want it? My temperature's bubbling. Don't make me come see you for something. Tired of clowns walking around frontin'. Gangsta this, gangsta that, till we bump heads. Now we gotta run, and then you switch your pitch and turn straight. Begging me not to breathe a word of it, but I'ma tell how you live it, how your style get different. You be careful what you ask for, cause you just might get it.
Tonight you will meet a woman named Diane, a woman who was a prisoner here at Jessup until just a few months ago, a heroin addict who was arrested for possession of narcotics. You won't learn Diane's last name, and you won't see her face, because thankfully now Diane has a chance for a new life, and I don't want to hurt her case in any way. Diane's story begins here, behind these gates. The Maryland Correctional Institution for Women, Jessup as it's also known, is about 20 minutes from downtown Baltimore. It holds 220 inmates. The place really doesn't look like a prison. There are very few bars, no cells, only rooms. And as long as the officers know where an inmate is going, the women are allowed to walk around freely. In fact, the grounds remind me of a college campus, but of course it's not. As the warden pointed out, the prisoners can't exactly walk across the street and get a Big Mac. Diane came to Jessup in May of 1977 when she was convicted for possession of narcotics. After spending 7 months at Jessup, she now lives in a halfway house, and this is her story.
I'm 36 years old. I can't say I've ruined my whole life now, because I had a nice life until I started getting into drugs. But then I would say I completely ruined myself for 7 years. Then ended up really going straight downhill. You know, there was no other way for me to go, really, but to end up in jail. To tell you the honest truth, I really don't know what made me go to drugs. You know, psychiatrists, drug counselors, all kinds of people say you probably have some real deep problem, but it could be people that you hang around with. You know, I think that has a lot to do with it.
When Diane first got to Jessup, she went to Harrigan Cottage, where she stayed in quarantine for about 10 days. The only time she could leave her room was to take a shower. She then moved into Lane Cottage. Diane was frightened to make the move from Harrigan to Lane because she had heard scary things about the place. But once she got there, she felt differently.
It wasn't really that bad. Matter of fact, I liked Lane Cottage. Lane Cottage was a lot of fun. You know, it's a looser type atmosphere. You know, you can go in there, everybody's relaxed, you know, just about anything goes on really over there.
After about 2 months, Diane moved into C Cottage because of her good behavior. There she lived in a single room. Diane's last move before she left Jessup was from C Cottage into the trailers. Now, the trailers are for minimum security inmates. The setting is similar to that of a mobile home. Although she lived in a more relaxed place here, she still had a very regimented schedule.
You have to always let the officer know where you're going, and you have to be where you're going. You know, they can check on you anytime they want to, and you should be there. If you're not there, then you're marked out of bounds. Go to school, I had the greatest teachers. They were so sweet. Miss Hayes comes up here now once in a while to see some of the girls up here. She's adorable. She's a real sweet woman. She helped me a lot.
Diane had potentials, and she wanted something. She would always say, I'm not going to let my time do me, but I'm going to do my time. And she proved that.
And Kitty Thompson was my other teacher in math. She's a very good teacher in math.
She actually enjoyed what she was doing. And she and I would, sit down, say in mathematics, we'd make up the world's most impossible mathematics problem. And we'd have a lot of fun doing it.
After 7 months at Jessup, Diane came here to this minimum security prison, the Community Correction Center for Women, or St. Ambrose, as it's better known, on Park Heights Avenue. It may be called a prison, but it is more like a halfway house for the 30-some women who live here. They enjoy more freedom. They're better able to integrate themselves into the community. For that reason, it is very difficult to get in here, a very heavy screening process. Diane is one of the lucky ones. The women who live here at St. Ambrose leave the house every day to go to school or to work. Diane goes to Maryland Business School and wants to get a job as a secretary. As I said earlier, Diane's face will not be seen, nor will I mention her last name, because right now she's trying to get a job, and I don't want anything to hurt that. St. Ambrose is the last phase of Diane's program before she is free again. There are no fences here, and even fewer bars than in Jessup. Diane goes home every weekend now and has 6 hours during the week to spend as she wishes.
So in your 6 hours, you can say, well, I don't feel like staying in tonight, you know, and it's like you're still incarcerated, but you're not, you know. It gives you the feeling that you're not, you know. I know it would feel a lot better if I was at home and I didn't have to come in here and, you know, have to go by any rules, but it's not bad, really. It's not bad at all. Jails, your church, your home life, anything isn't going to change your life unless you want it to. You know, and that's the thing, is to give you enough time to really get into yourself and think, is this what I want for the rest of my life, to be nothing? You know, a drug addict that doesn't care about anything at all. And then you just say, no, that's not what I want. You know, so, and then you just hope that you didn't ruin your life so bad that you can't make up for it. You know? And I think it's, you know, it's really helped me a lot, because my people, my boyfriend, my counselor, all people understand me more. They know I've been through a lot, and I'm not going to sit there and feel sorry for myself anymore. I'm going to try, you know, we'll walk out there and hold my head up and say, well, you know, I've been there, but I'm not like that anymore. So give me a chance to prove myself, and I'll show you.
Diane is no longer addicted to drugs and almost at that point where she can walk away from this prison without having to say where she's going to be, without having to check out. And I think probably the Maryland State Prison System is no better or no worse than any other prison system around the country. And I like Diane's point that you make of it what you can. And I think Diane is the kind of person who will not be beaten down by the system, but rather come out triumphant. Don't go away. Evening Magazine will continue in 1 minute with Evening Departments.